Hey everyone, today, this came in the mail, my Dragon Ball Evolution figures. Yeah, the complete set of these Bandai 2008-2009 Dragon Ball Evolution figures. Based on the really, really bad movie Dragon Ball Evolution. You know what's really weird about these figures? When the movie came out, it flopped. It flopped hard. The toys, like, immediately ended up in the clearance aisle and discount stores. I remember seeing these just clogging up the Five Below and the clearance aisle in Walmart. And then, just inexplicably, they shot up in price, and they're worth a ton now. This whole set was around 80 bucks. And that was on sale. So yeah, it's really strange, but I really wanted these figures because they're really nice figures, and also I kind of like Dragon Ball Evolution in a so bad it's good kind of way. It's yeah, it's a really really bad movie, but man, it's so much fun and stupid. So yeah, let's take a look at these figures. So yeah, first up, let's talk about Roshi here. My camera a little bit there. Let's see. In the movie, he was played by a very famous Chinese martial arts actor, Chow Yun-fat, and he did an okay job in the role, and didn't really look too much like Roshi. Like, he's got this Hawaiian shirt, which people always say, "Oh, that's accurate." Well, when did Roshi wear a Hawaiian shirt like that was like this flamboyant? He just wore like an orange shirt. Early on, he wore that one with like the letters on it. Anyway, let's talk about the figure. Likeness is pretty good. It looks enough like him. I think his hair was a little like lighter than this though. Anyway, joints move okay. These are really nice material on these figures. They're very high quality. The only like major issue is the shoulder and thigh joints have these big, really noticeable black marks. It would have been nice if they had been colored like appropriately. Also on the sides, they got this big black bar that's really noticeable, but that's a minor thing really for me. I don't really mind that so much. And the posability's okay. My only problem is there's not really a there's no swivel above his elbow. That would really help with the posability. Now he has wrist swivels. Yeah. Yeah, there's Roshi. Let's talk about somebody else. Okay, next up is Yamcha. I mean, I guess this is Yamcha. Likeness to the movie is, okay. Yeah, I'd say that works. So anyway, not pretty much the same thing. Same basic movement as Roshi. Joints. These are painted really nice too. Roshi, you might have noticed he's not painted on the back. And with Yamcha, he didn't really worry about that. He just wore this brown suit. Man, can you imagine that? Like, someone looked at the anime or the comic or something and said, yeah, Yamcha. This is him. Bleached blonde hair. He did an okay job in the movie. It's just the movie wasn't very good. Everybody did an okay job in the movie. The only one I didn't like was Chi-Chi. So anyway, yeah, let's move on to the next person. Okay, here's Bulma in the movie. Now, let's see. Bulma also got, or she was going to get a giant, like, doll from the company Enter Bay. And a lot of people I remember were pretty excited for it, even the people who didn't like the movie, because, like, yeah, Bulma's pretty, isn't she? I like that kind of blue streak in her hair. That's kind of nice. And the outfit's very Black Widow, Tomb Raider-ish, right? Like all the guns she has. Unfortunately, this is a pretty bad figure. This is the worst out of the lot. Because they didn't give her the same type of articulation. Her thighs swivel. They don't have the 360 movement like the others. Or, well, it's not exactly 360, but it's close. And, let's see, her knees bend, but still really awkward to try and get her to pose anyway. And she doesn't have elbow movement. No elbow joints. And there's no swivels in her arm either. What the heck? Anyway, the likeness is okay. Yeah. It looks like her in the movie, right? It's still, like, a pretty figure if you don't care about posing it and you just want her to stand there, I guess. Anyway, next up, let's talk about the Fulham here. Yeah, this guy. I actually saw one of these guys at a yard sale, but I didn't get it. At the time, I wasn't planning on collecting the Dragon Ball Evolution figures. Anyway, yeah, Fulhams. Not sure what these are supposed to be. They're supposed to be like Piccolo's children things from the original Dragon Ball, I guess. Kinda, sorta. Anyway, the detail on these guys is nice. Look at all the spikes on his back. Oh, that is so cool. Look at that. I like the detail all over the body there. It's a really nice figure. It's just too bad they couldn't put this much detail into, you know, a character from a good movie. You know what's weird? I don't see Dragon Ball action figures in the US, but for whatever reason, Evolution, yep, that needs a big promotional push, and that needs action figures, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, Fulham, really nice little figure. And let's talk about Piccolo next. Piccolo's a pretty cool little figure here. Now, even people who don't like the movie, they seem to like James Marsters as Piccolo. And I've heard he came back in Dragon Ball Super to do a dub voice or something. That's pretty cool. Anyway, he has this cloak that's all hard plastic. You pop that open. And then there's a more familiar Piccolo from the movie. Man, I love all the detail. Like, of all the characters in the movie, he actually had a pretty cool design. This isn't exactly accurate to the movie. There's little minor differences. A lot of these toys, I think, were made in pre-production before the movie everything was finalized, but it's pretty close to the movie. Now, one of my problems is that the elbow joints are like, they're at an angle, so when he moves his elbow up, it doesn't go straight up. It goes, like, up to his chest to make it look like he's, like, holding something, I guess. None of these came with their accessories. Now, I know they came with, like, little miniature Dragon Balls and little puzzle pieces that click together and you'd put the Dragon Balls on there. But I don't know if they came with, like, individual weapons or anything. Oh yeah, these guys don't have waist movement. That's really weird for figures of this type to not have waist movement. That's really weird. Anyway, yeah. Piccolo is a really nice figure in this line. I definitely recommend finding him, even if you don't like Evolution, because it's just a really cool looking figure. Okay, next up we got the Gokus. There's 2 Gokus in the line. Here's the first one. Let's see. I love the bell-bottom pants. I draw a lot of Evolution characters just because I like... It's like The Room for me, or like Plan 9. It's that type of, like, so bad it's good thing that I just love so much because it's awful. And anyway, but there are some cool things, like I like the bell-bottom pants. It's not accurate to the comic, it has nothing to do with the comic or the anime or whatever, but I don't know, I just like that aesthetic. Anyway, he comes with the, oh, what's the name of that thing? Nyoibo? The bow staff that, or power pole, they called it in the English version. Let's pop that off his one hand there and take a look at the movement on this guy. Anyway, oh, and let's take a look at the likeness, too. Justin Chatwin, yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. They got the hair pretty close to how it looked in the movie. Let's see. So yeah, pretty much the same movement, most of the other figures, aside from Bulma, of course. And you can actually pose these guys. Oops. Not here because my table is tilted. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about the other Goku. And here he is. One of the little neat details I liked is this hand is shaped in the pose for the movie version of the Kamehameha, where he shoots that little blue smoky thing that's supposed to be the Kamehameha. Anyway, it's the same head sculpt as the other one. He's got, he's got the little thingies, badges, I can't remember what those mean. Oh, and I just noticed the knee joints. The back of the knee joints aren't painted. That's weird. Oh, anyway. This is a really cool little figure. again, like, the only major issue with these figures is that they're for a bad movie. Oh, and Bulma's figure is just botched. They didn't do that one right. And let's get to the last figure. The last figure is really interesting. Gotta tilt him a little bit. Uzaru. Yeah. Now, let's see. This was a Build-A-Figure. Each individual character came with a piece of this guy's body. See? Like, his just pops right apart. Yeah. Now I can't get it back in. Yeah. There. Now it's back in. Okay, now, one of the really cool things with him, I'm going to shine a light to maybe bring out some detail. The figure is based on the original Uzaru design, which was cut from the movie. You can still see it in, like, behind-the-scenes footage on the DVD. Let me try and get this, it's not... it kind of works. Let me try and... Yeah. That doesn't work. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, anyway, the original design for Uzaru took a lot of interesting influence from Dragon Ball Z, actually. You can see the distinctive, like, this lower armor that the Frieza soldiers would wear, and the top armor also is very reminiscent of that. The face, though, I have no idea what they were going for. It does not look like a great ape. It doesn't look like anything from Dragon Ball that I'm familiar with. Oh, and he's barefoot. That's weird. Anyway, it's a really interesting little piece of history, and I'm wondering, like, if... Were there any kids who, like, weren't familiar with Dragon Ball, the franchise, they just knew Evolution, and they were excited to get these toys, and then they had this thing? Did they know what in the world this was? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's, the Dragon Ball Evolution figures. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.